Welcome back to another episode, and I'm sure you guys can tell by the title of this video, we are going to do a comparison between the Shimano Curado K and the Shimano Curado DC. But before we get started with that portion of the video, I am going to play a fish catch with the Curado DC. I hope you guys enjoy that. And if you do want to skip past the fish catch and just go right into the discussion of the reels as I try to balance them on my fingers without dropping them, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave the time right here. Got it. I didn't even have time. Man. That's got to be a hog. Oh, it is. There we go. There we go.
Oh my God.
There we go, baby.
It's a big mouth.
No, it's a smallmouth.
Oh, it's not.
It's a smallmouth. We're going to do a comparison video. I think we would kind of have to start with the Curado K before we do the DC, or maybe we can kind of both do them together. So anyway, you will notice that on your Curado K, which is right here, you will notice that you do have a 200 size spool. See how deep the spool is? Then on your DC, it is a 150 size spool. You're going to be able to put, I think, close to 150 yards maybe on the Curado K with the 200 size spool, and the DC should be able to hold, I think, 90 or 100 yards, somewhere close to there. Now, you'll notice that if you look right there, both of the reels are the 7 4-to-1 high gear, and that puts both of these at 31 inches per turn, and they do look similar. The Curado K is, you know, that, there you go, that matte black with the white writing, and the Curado DC is kind of the charcoal gray, but it almost looks the same. And speaking of the spool, you will notice that you do have the slots right there. And if you go to spool your Curado K, you can actually put your line into one of the holes and put it in and reel it up without tying a knot. I do have a video that I've done about that in the past, and I will cover it more in the future. Now, speaking of that spool, you'll notice that on the DC, see how it only has one hole on the spool? How smooth it is? So you'll notice you do have a difference right there. And another big difference, honestly, let's be honest, the Curado DC is going to cast farther. It's going to cast a good amount farther. It's not going to be, holy crap, so crazy insane, but you will notice a farther distance on your DC reel than you do on the conventional reel. Now, I have told you guys in the past that I do prefer conventional reels over DC. Why is that? Because I used conventional reels first, and I had DC reels before they were widely available in the United States, when they came out with the Curado DC, SLX DC, Metanium DC, and all of that. I mean, there was a time when you had to go on Japan Tackle and other sites and order it from Japan, which is what I did with the Antares years ago. But anyway, continuing on with the comparison of the video, I mean, it looks like it's close to the same reel, but you guys know that it is not. So, depress your thumb bar. Solid click. I love that. Curado K. Press your thumb bar. Another solid click on the DC. Now, if you guys are wondering, what have I caught more fish on? That is the Curado DC. What reel have I backlashed more? That is the Curado K. I got the Curado K when it came out in 2017, and I used it, and I liked it. And then I ended up actually giving it away. And I got into the DC in 2018 when it came out, and I thought it was okay. And then, like I said in a different video, I used it more on the second half of 2019, and I loved it. So I also went back to the K, and here I am now. But anyway, enough of the rambling. You will notice for your braking systems, like I said, conventional and DC. A reel like this Curado K that is conventional is going to have something that is called an escape hatch. The DC and other higher-end reels like your Chronarch, Antares, Metanium, etc., are going to have a removable side plate. I have talked about this in videos in the past, and I do want to show you. You will see open and close on the bottom of the spool. That is your escape hatch. It is the escape hatch because it is on the reel. It does not come off. And then you do have your SVS Infinity braking system. This is the 4-pin system. It's actually the advanced SVS Infinity, because in the past they had red brakes with an outside adjustment dial, and now they do have white. So, I mean, a lot of the times I will fish it 2 on, 2 off, and just adjust the outside dial. Sometimes I will go to 1 brake, sometimes 3 brakes. It all depends. But anyway, like I said, you have an escape hatch. Why did I just close that? There we go. There we go. Open, close. That is an escape hatch. It does not come off. Now, a removable side plate on the Curado DC, you'll notice you have settings 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you go past 4, you will see an open setting. You put it on open. See that again? You take it off. Removable side plate. There's the spool for your DC reel. Removable side plate, escape hatch. So what we're going to do, just in case anyone got confused or you missed it, or you're just jumping to this part of the video, okay? Removable side plate, escape hatch. This piece comes off, this piece does not. I mean, I kind of had to make up for the part in the video when I was fumbling the reel with my hands. Oh boy. And another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the spool of the Curado DC, lay it on the table, show you guys the spool for 5 to 10 seconds. And also for 5 to 10 seconds, the spool of the Curado K. Another thing that I want to cover on the DC reel is the settings. Okay, like I said, right there, it says open. 4, 3, 2, 1. I get asked all the time, what are they? And I have talked about this in many other videos. This is the IDC4 braking system. So that should be 4. On here, it says 4. That is the setting for flipping and pitching, or some people call it the no backlash setting. I mean, you can cast it, and you won't have to worry about backlashing it, and you won't have to do that much thumbing. And if you adjust the spool tension knob, hold on, loosen it. See how it's wobbling? Adjust it clockwise. You adjust it to where it just doesn't wobble, and then that will give it the best performance according to the instruction manual, or the manual that comes with it. But anyway, 4 is for flipping and pitching. 3 is for the fluorocarbon setting, and yes, I do use fluorocarbon with this reel a lot. 2 is braid. 1 is maximum distance. Now, I have been asked before, is maximum distance the same thing as the extreme distance mode that I have on my Antares DC? It's close to it, but I do believe there's a slight difference. The Antares DC is going to cast farther. The Antares DC, I would go with a minimum lure weight rating of 5/8 or bigger, especially with a lipless crankbait. Now, the maximum setting on the Curado DC, again, depending on the aerodynamics and the weight of the bait, you could get away with a 1/2 ounce, but that is just my personal experience with it. So anyway, like I said, 1, 2, 3, and 4, IDC4 braking system. Your Antares is going to have the 4x8 DC, something like the Metanium, and the Scorpion DC is going to have the IDC5, and the Metanium DC, the American one, is going to have that auto setting, along with other reels that will have that. But anyway, in conclusion, don't you love it when you're in the middle of talking and you hit a block? Because I almost just did. Shimano Curado K, Shimano Curado DC. Both great reels. They both have their pros and their cons. The Curado K is now $180. The Curado DC is still $250. In conclusion, which reel do I like better? I like the Curado DC. Even though I think the K is amazing, it serves the purpose. I do like the DC. I mean, yeah, of course, a DC reel is going to be easier to use than a conventional. And a conventional reel, I mean, the better you are at thumbing the spool, the better it is going to be. I mean, I've used any reel of any price point. I mean, I've used an $80 reel. I've used an SLX. I've used a Casitas, a Chronarch, a Curado, a Metanium, an Antares. I've used the old variable braking system, the SVS Infinity, the advanced SVS Infinity, the DC reels, and you guys know that this is the only company that I will use. I've been using this company for a long, long time, and it's not going to change. But anyway, if you're still watching, I do appreciate that. And in the description of the video, you will find 2 channels, 2 of my best friends, Matt Goes Fishing and Tokes Outdoors. Please check out their channels. Both great guys, great at fishing, and they have a lot of cool plans for 2020 along with myself. And then you will also notice you do have bass fishing videos and bass fishing playlists. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep their channels, but I'm going to have just a long list of videos just for this video. And why is that? Because this video I'm making over 10 minutes on purpose. I want to see if I can, get some good views on it. And, I do have a passion for the Shimano thing. I always have. But I also want to see if I can get some more views out of it. So maybe make a cool thumbnail, talk about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say in the comments. Do you like the Curado K better, or do you like the Curado DC? I know some of you guys are Daiwa and Lose guys, which is totally cool. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.